So my first civilian job out of the Army was going to go work for an aircraft company. And I was on their commercial sales team, and I was selling airplanes, different turboprops and turbofan-powered aircraft mainly. And it kind of spurred this insatiable interest in my love for aviation and all things aerospace. And one of the recent developments that I've noticed, which has happened both in New Zealand and in the United States, is these small startups that are popping up, and they're developing hypersonic aircraft for different defense and commercial applications. Now, many of these aircraft companies like Dawn Aerospace in New Zealand or Boom Supersonic in Colorado here in the United States are initially developing a Tech Demonstrator. So it's essentially a scaled down aircraft that's smaller and a little bit easier to prototype initially, with the hopes of scaling that prototype up to a larger vehicle that can carry larger payloads or more people across the world and sometimes into low Earth orbit. And the vehicle that Dawn Aerospace is developing right now is really interesting, and they just won a contract with the state of Oklahoma. And if you didn't know, Oklahoma has one of the 12 spaceports that's currently in operation in the United States. There's 12 of them, and most of them are by the coasts, but Oklahoma has one that they've developed inland here in the United States. And the idea is that this vehicle that Dawn Aerospace has prototyped and manufactured is basically an aircraft that's capable of going supersonic, uses a rocket motor to achieve that. And it's able to go from sea level up past 20 kilometers altitude and take small payloads kind of in the 5 to 10 kilogram range up into low Earth orbit. And the reason this is so important is because now you have a reusable, relatively inexpensive vehicle that can take payloads to low Earth orbit and that can be reused hundreds, if not thousands of times. And so the metric of what a spacecraft used to be able to handle as far as reusability and reliability metrics is now kind of ever increasing towards what is expected of an aircraft, like a commercial aircraft that Boeing or Airbus might manufacture. And I think we're going to see, a lot more new developments in both the rocket technology, the propellants, the avionics, and the autonomy. So right now, this is a piloted aircraft that Dawn Aerospace is certifying. It's easier to navigate the certification process in the United States and abroad if you have a pilot in the loop. But it's definitely an opportunity for this particular aircraft and others like it to have autonomous functionality. So I thought this was really super interesting. I wanted to share it with you all. And I didn't know there was 12 spaceports in the United States. And there's actually a pathway that the FAA has laid out to develop more in the future. So if you or someone you know wants to start a commercial space company, I'd say the pathway is being cleared by others like Dawn Aerospace for you to not only achieve supersonic flight, but to develop your own space startup. Hope you enjoyed this.